on my way into work now. Technically my Monday, even though it's Wednesday, because I took those extra days off to work on those projects around the house. So we'll see how tonight goes. It's always hard getting back when you've had that much time off, and being out of the uniform, it's nice. So we'll head in and see what happens tonight. All right, next one I am headed to is a civil matter. Basic notes are that a tenant owes him money. They left with the keys, and he'd like to speak to an officer about it. Wants to know what he can do and possibly contact the mother of the tenant who lives next door. We'll go talk to him, give him some advice, let him know what his options are, which are all civil, but we are the front line to answer questions for things like that. So we will go help him out. Hello, did somebody hear calls or somebody named Carl? Oh, okay. What can I do for you?
Right now, she knew that she have to go.
If there's still one piece of property in there, you're saying it's just a washing machine?
Yeah, and she gave her mother it. That's it.
Okay. How did she leave off with you? What are the arrangements? Is the mom supposed to come get it? Is she supposed to bring it to the mom? Do you know where?
I don't know what the arrangement is.
So,
I talked to her mother, and the mother said, well, she give it to her.
Okay.
She's going to move it out.
Honestly, right now, we could argue that she's vacated the property because all of her personal belongings are gone. A washing machine alone does not constitute, like, we couldn't keep it from her, but legally you could go change the locks, but then when she came back to get the washing machine, you would have to allow her access to at least get the washing machine out. That's why I was asking when the last time was that she was here. If she was just here today, then you need to wait at least a day or two to find out what her intentions are with that washing machine. If she makes no efforts in the next day or two to get that over to her mom's or have her mom come pick it up, then at that point you can legally go change the locks and she's done. So that's where things stand for right now. Okay?
But I would like if you could walk with me inside here and then go to and talk to the mother just to see what's inside there. And I tell her before you leave, I would like to check all my appliances like the stove. Okay,
so you're just doing a property check right now to see the condition of it. Right. Okay, I can do that with you.
And then we'll go talk to the mom.
Okay.
She have a big TV, look at the
Right. Well, you have a security deposit, I assume, right?
No.
You didn't take a
security? She live out, she security. She never pay no money.
Oh, okay.
She paid the last month, the first month, and $1,000 the deposit. She live out that already.
So is this the washer and dryer?
Yeah, that's the washer and dryer.
So both of them are hers?
Yes. See, she don't have anything inside.
Nope, you're fine. As far as personal property goes, you're set. She definitely has moved out. She's definitely vacated the residence. The mom just lives right next door here?
Yeah.
Just hang out there for a minute.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Your daughter lived next door, right?
Yes.
Recently? Okay. The landlord was curious about, I guess there's a washer and dryer that are in there. She said that she's giving to you.
Well, she's going to store it here.
Store it here, okay.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what the time frame is on getting them out of there, or?
She just has the washer and dryer there.
Right.
She has to wait for, she can't carry the washer and dryer herself.
No, I understand.
To the house.
Where we're at right now is it's obviously, and he did a walkthrough and he had me go with him, that, she's moved all of her personal belongings out, okay? So it's obviously clear that she's vacated the residence and everything. She still has a key to the place, though, and obviously the property of the washer and dryer are there, and everybody, there's no, like, he's admitting that it's hers or whatever, At this point, it needs to be removed, like in a real timely manner, because if not, legally, he can change the locks, he's good to go, she's vacated the property, and all of that can be considered abandoned property. Okay. All right? And then she'd actually lose it. You'd have to go back and try and sue him for it and this and that.
No,
so we don't want to mess with all that. But in order to have her not lose it, and he wants to just move on, he wants to clean the place up and re-rent it, whatever, do you have any kind of a time frame that I can tell him that
I can call her and ask her.
She's saying she's not.
Her lawyer said when he signs the paper, not to just walk away because she's breaking the lease.
He doesn't care about that.
I know, but he might. And a week from now.
But see, here's the thing. That paper, and what you have to understand, in the civil world, that paper is not a legally binding contract. It means nothing.
She's breaking the
It's
lease.
still civil. Right. But that's what I'm saying. So that paper she's wanting him to sign isn't going to help her from what you guys are concerned about. He could still, a week from him now, go and file an eviction against her and do whatever. And that paper means nothing. She would have to battle it in court. It would turn into this whole thing. From my discussion with him, he doesn't want that just as much as she doesn't want it. That's more money, it's more time, it's more effort. He just wants to break ties, move on, and be done. So basically what she needs to decide at this point is if she wants this washer and dryer, she either needs to get it out in a timely manner or it's going to be considered abandoned property.
Okay, she said she'll be here today.
Okay, perfect. I will let him know, no problem. All right, she says that she'll be here today to get the washer and dryer out a little bit later today. Just let her come get the stuff. Don't get into it with her. If there's any sort of issues, if anything becomes hostile, call us. We'll come, we'll stand by and do what's called to keep the peace, to make sure nobody argues or fights. She can get the stuff and everybody can move on. Whew. Oh man, I'm sweating. Just standing there. It's hot in this get up. So I'm sure you heard the majority of that. Overall, it's a big civil matter. There's the story of everybody's life when I get there. You know, he said, she said. Basically, he's saying she owes him money. She's saying she doesn't. I personally think both parties have a little bit of responsibility in this. He was griping about holes in the walls, and I expected to go in and see holes punched in the wall or something crazy. It's the mounting holes from the flat screen TV. And again, that's why you have security deposits, and I'm sure it says in the lease that you are supposed to patch all that stuff when you leave, but he was making kind of a big deal about it. I mean, that's common. Everybody's gonna hang a TV in their house or a few pictures on the wall, so it's not like she damaged or destroyed the place. But anyway, that's the story. Hopefully she comes, gets her washer and dryer and just moves out, and everybody can just move on. That's the problem with a lot of these situations. Everybody wants to be right. They want to prove that they're right and the other person's wrong, and it turns to be a lot more time, a lot more money, a lot more exhausting. It's just not worth it. Everybody should just cut ties and move on. But all in all, at the end of the day, this is the majority of what we do. The biggest word I could use to describe our job is mediation. That's what we do. We mediate problems. It's kind of what it boils down to. And that's why, so for everybody who asks me, what can I do? What would you tell an aspiring police officer? Or, you know, I'm young, I'm getting ready to go to college, I'm getting ready. People skills. You have got to have people skills. Get a job in the public service industry, be a waiter, a waitress, something where you have to be customer service oriented. And I know that probably sounds silly, not the first thing you think of like, oh, what do I need to be when a cop? For me to tell you to be a good customer service representative. But at the end of the day, that is a large portion of what we do. We just help people. We mediate these problems, we talk. Another big one is life experience. You guys, you kids, and I hate to call you kids, but 19 years old, you're chomping at the bit, I want to be a cop, I want to be a cop. I mean, that's awesome, and I respect that. And I originally was going to do that when I was that age, and I started in schooling for it, and I realized real quickly, I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. I was too young. I started when I was 25, so that's honestly another big piece of advice from me is don't get into this when you're 21 years old, 22 years old. I mean, maybe start, like, do the college aspect of it, because nowadays most of the departments are requiring college degrees, or at least a minimum of 60 college credit hours. So get that stuff out of the way. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your early 20s, keep your nose clean, but start looking towards it maybe in the 23-year-old range. I think that's probably a good starting point. Hit the academy at that point, and by the time the whole process goes on, you're getting in the door here maybe 24, 25-ish or whatnot. And the departments actually like that, and the group that we just hired, the group of 8 or so, I think 7 or 8, I mean, one of the guys is 47 years old. You know, like the median age of this group is like late 20s, I believe, probably like average of 28. And it's what a lot of agencies are looking for these days. They want to see the life experience, they want to see the maturity, they want to see the ability to talk to people and handle things like this. It's not all car chases and gun battles. It's not. It's actually not at all. Not even close to that. And that's why I show you guys the stuff that I do on a day-to-day basis like this, because this is the reality of our job. So I know it's not exciting, but I hope you guys get something out of it. Disturbance. Supposedly there is a gentleman in the Starbucks here who is throwing things at customers and causing some sort of a disturbance. What's going on, my man? You all right?
Yeah.
Come down here for me just a minute. Let's walk under this overhang here so we don't get rained on.
Yes, sir.
All right, right under here where this young lady's talking. Right over here. You see where I'm pointing? Under the overhang. 342, I'm 1012. What's going on in there?
I just came down here. Hey, I'm with my people though. Well, not them though.
Okay, here, hold on. Just, can you take like one step back from me? You like keep walking up on me, all right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. Like, you stay under the cover, but I just want you like right.
Yeah.
All right. So they called us, said that you're throwing things at people in the restaurant and like acting crazy.
No, not me. No.
Okay. Because they described you and they said you put a brown shirt on with a frowny face on it. Did any of the employees inside tell you that you needed to leave?
Oh, no.
No? Okay. All right. Do you have an ID on you by any chance?
Yeah. I got. It's a little rough. It's a little rough though.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. If you hang with me for just a minute, there's one other officer coming. I'll have him check inside, make sure there's no issues,
Man.
and then you'll just be on your way. All right?
I'm saying what it is about me though.
I don't know. They called us. Whatever it was that you were doing,
Man,
somebody didn't like.
I'm with my people right here.
Okay, they'll vouch for you if I go talk to them.
You can come vouch for them.
No, they'll vouch for you. They'll say you were hanging out with them.
Man, I'm with them, man. I'm saying.
Okay. You're not in trouble. I'm just figuring out why they called us. All right, that's all. I wasn't here.
I'm gonna do nothing like that.
Okay.
Sir.
No, that's cool. Like I said, if there's no issues, there's no issues, and I'll have you be on your way.
I'm saying all about me though.
What do you mean?
All about me. You saying all about me? I ain't caused no trouble against nobody. No. You saying
Right.
all about me though?
Well, no. Here's what I'm saying is, they called us. Okay, the store called us. Starbucks called us.
Man, come
Right?
on now, man.
I wasn't here for that. I didn't control that.
Nah, man. Hey, I don't want to play nothing like that though, man. I want to play nothing like that though, man. I want to play nothing.
You're not
like
in
that.
trouble. You're not in trouble.
I ain't worrying about me being in trouble.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't play nothing like that though.
Well, explain to me then why. Here, grab me your ID while we're talking, and explain to me like why would there be an issue? Why would they call us? They don't just call us for no reason.
It should. Hey, I'm with my peoples right here.
Okay.
So if it's an issue with me, it got to be with them too.
Why? If they're being quiet and you were being loud, then it could.
No, I was.
I'm just
not
saying
being
that's an
loud.
example. It's an example.
No. This is not it. No example.
I'm giving you an example. That's an example of way it could
This
be
is not
you.
No example though, man.
Hey, can you go inside and just check with them and find out what the deal is, or you, whoever wants to go. You got your ID? Can you grab your ID for me?
Hey, I got ID, man.
Just someone go talk to whoever called. And you keep getting sidetracked. Can you grab your ID out of there?
What did y'all pulling me over in the first place?
Okay, I told you. That's why I came here. You're not listening to me. They called us. They called us. Starbucks called us. That's the only reason we're here.
I'm with my peoples.
Okay.
I'm with my peoples. Well, how come y'all ain't pull them over? Y'all
They didn't
pull
say
me
anything about them. They described you specifically.
Man, come on
They
now,
described
man.
your
Come
shirt
on now,
and said
man.
they had
Come
an
on
issue.
now,
You think
man.
I'm making this up?
Man, man.
Where do you think I was before I got here?
Man, hey, I don't know where you were, sir.
I wasn't here, right? So I don't know. All I know is that Starbucks called us. Okay, I didn't make this up. I didn't just pull up here and find you. All right. Starbucks called us. So whatever their issue is with you is what that other officer is asking
I ain't
about.
got no issue against Starbucks.
Okay.
Hey, I
Can you
never
grab
went
me
in
your-
there. I never went in there.
Were you just outside by the patio where I saw you?
I was like, hey, we all out here.
You were the only person standing there. Can you do me a favor and just get your ID out of your wallet?
Man, come on now, man.
Yeah, that was there when I was-
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
They just want to move along.
Send it for you, man.
No?
Come on,
Okay.
man.
Look, they don't even want, they just Want you gone. So as long as I just check your ID, I'll have you on your way, man. And you'll be good to go. When I walked up, were you not in possession of that open container there? Right? I could take you to jail right now, but that's not my intention.
You're right.
All right? So I'm being cool with you. This thing is in rough shape. You're kidding.
This is my ID though.
Yeah, but I can't even read it. It's not even readable.
Hey, my birthday just passed.
Happy birthday. Happy late birthday. How old are you?
35.
All right. That's younger than me.
But then I got my social security card and everything else. Anything y'all want.
You know you're not supposed to have that beer, right?
I know.
All right. See, you're being cool with me. I'm being cool with you. All right. Fair enough. So he's just gonna check that real quick, and then you will be on your way. You just gotta go. Hey, they don't even.
Them though.
And you know what? And you know what? They don't even want you trespass. They just want you to leave for right now. All right. So tomorrow's a new day.
People been up though, but I understand where you coming from.
Okay. Fair enough. That's all. No big deal, man. Did you do anything good for your birthday?
It was like another day.
The older you get, that's all it is.
The older. It was. Like you say, I wanted to turn up though.
Right.
I wanted to turn up though, but
yeah.
Like you say,
getting too old for that stuff, man. You recover the next day, you know.
Yeah, I'm getting too old. Yeah.
All right, Mr. James, you're all set. You gonna head on out?
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry about anything I did wrong.
You're good. Obviously, it wasn't that big of a deal. They're not making. I think they just wanted you to head out for a little while. All right, man. All right, you have a good night. All right, happy late birthday.
Hey, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So I feel like I have run into that guy before, and that's where your verbal judo comes into play. Like, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if you saw how many times I had to ask him for his ID. I could tell he was starting to get a little aggravated. So you got to change the subject, get them back on track, and just try and, keep it calm. It works out easier for everybody involved, because obviously this wasn't a big issue. It could have turned into a big issue if somebody came at him with an attitude. It could have come right back, and then before you know it, it turns into a bigger deal than it needs to be. And I'm not saying every case is going to work like this. You're not going to sweet talk everybody, but if you can, look, there's always room to get loud if you need to. So always try and start off calm, cool, and collect, trying to keep them at that level. And if it works, great. And if not, the big part about this job and what I have to teach the recruits who aren't used to it is, if calm, cool, and collect doesn't work, you do have to be ready to go bump it up to that next level and be ready to act. So that's the balancing act of this job. Anyway, this one was simple, went off without a hitch, good to go.